we have to understand that we have risen above our human awareness. And at that level, we were different, and at this new awareness, we are different people. And all our priorities must change. Our value system has to change. And if it has not changed automatically, we have to little bit deliberately work it out. Or else, we have to see that we become really the spirit and no more of all the falsehood of human awareness should be attached to us or we should be bothered about. If you see the principle of everything as I see the principle of everything. Now the human endeavor, whatever it is based on gathering property. Whether it is communism or it is democracy or socialism or anything, it's all going round and round the point of property. Property, that may be land, that may be money, that may be anything. All economic activity surrounds that one point is property. So the democracy, though it's a political organization or political theory, actually is based on something very economical thing called property. Then same about communism we can say is the same thing, to how to distribute the property, how to have the property equally, how to make everybody self-sufficient. But as soon as you become a realized soul, you have to know that your properties and your priorities are very different. Your property is your spirit, and your priorities are where you can manifest your spirit and can feel the spirit of others. So the whole concept that was so far obstructing you and limiting your understanding changes into an unlimited area where you start thinking of the spirit. Now, in that concept of the spirit, the property of the spirit is twofold. One, in its nature. The nature of the spirit is, as we call it, Satchidanand. Means it is the joy, then is the truth. It tells you the truth all the time. It gives you discretion, divine discretion. And Chit, the attention that acts, that works, that gives you all the information. So you have got the nature of the spirit thus felt within yourself. But on the other side, what does it want? Or what are its duties? Or why to be the spirit is? Such questions arise later on when we are about to enter into the kingdom of God. Why to enter into the kingdom of God? So in outside, we can say, or the manifestation of the spirit is that it is benevolent. It is hitakari. It gives benevolence to others. It gives you benevolence and it gives benevolence to others also. The only joy in that is benevolence. And you think of all these material things which are so important otherwise, as if they are for giving it to someone just to express your love. So the benevolence that comes through love. Benevolence doesn't come through oppression or suppression or by intimidation, but it comes only through love. And if you have faith in your love, you can work it out. Everybody has his own role to play. Everybody has his own style to work out. But it has to be for the benevolence of the whole and not of an individual. Once you realize that, such a person becomes extremely humble, extremely conducive, and he can articulate in a very beautiful manner with other people, and you never feel that he is your boss, but you feel he's your father, is looking after you with love and affection. But in that love, there's no expectation at all except that of giving. And this giving is the most beautiful thing Sahaja Yogis can do.